name's Eunice. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me on this journey of mastering relaxation. Today's practice is going to be a whole body tension relief flow. And to start off today's practice, I'm going to be pulling a card from this restorative yoga deck because I just came back from running errands. I was carrying a whole bunch of groceries and I just want to undo the tension that I feel in my back and upper body and in the hips. But I want to incorporate rest, and I love restorative yoga. You hold the postures for longer. It allows the nervous system to calm down. It allows the muscles to relax. It allows the connective tissue that wraps around the muscle to relax, which opens you up for more just peace and calm in the body, more relaxation, but also more flexibility. So I'm going to be pulling a card from our restorative yoga deck. And let's see what restorative yoga pose that we get today. I'm going to shuffle my deck. I hope you guys are doing well. I am looking forward to this restorative yoga posture that comes out. I really want to incorporate some props and bolsters and get really comfortable. I used to be very fixated on doing power yoga and fast moving yoga because I'm very action oriented. But within these last few years, about the last 7 years of my life, yin yoga and restorative yoga, slowing down, has become more important to me because of it was an effective practice for my anxiety and for helping me tune in and tap in and create a connection with my body. So I love restorative yoga, and in restorative yoga, we hold the postures for longer. So we may be holding this pose, and I have a timer, for 2 to 3 minutes. Let's see where this goes. All right, I'm gonna cut my deck in half, and let's see what we get. It's kind of weird shuffling it this way, the long way. Let's see what card we get. Whoa. All right, 2 just flipped out and popped out. Restorative frog. And then we've got, let's see, this is a whole sequence. So I'm going to show you what we have here. And I'm just going to pick one because there's 6 poses here. We have heart pose with butterfly legs, mountain brook. I think Mountain Brook is calling to me. It's awesome. So Mountain Brook is a gentle heart opener. It's up there, if you see it. It's a bolster under the knees, and it's a bolster right at the scapula. So we're going to do Mountain Brook, and we're going to take a restorative frog. I love that. Getting into the hips. Just what we need, and introducing a heart opener. So let's begin our practice. Meet your body where it is today. If any of the postures does not serve you, just skip or modify it or find a different variation. We will be using a blanket, a bolster, and a yoga strap. Remember, your body is the guru. Honor and listen to it. Let's begin our practice on our back. Grab your yoga strap and keep it close. Bring the feet flat onto the ground, a little bit wider than the hips, and let the knees fall in to rest on one another. And just take a moment to ground. Feel the points of the body making contact with the ground. You can place your arms by your side or rest one hand on the abdomen, one hand on the heart center. Allow yourself this moment of stillness and quiet and to arrive into your practice. Let's begin with a hamstring stretch. Grab your yoga strap and loop it around the arch of the right foot. Keep the left foot flat on the ground. Flex the right toes down towards the face and keep a nice generous bend in the right knee. As you breathe into the right hamstring, you may find that you have more space and you can start to straighten and lengthen the right leg long. If you want to move deeper, you can lengthen the left leg long and straight onto the ground. Release the right hamstring stretch and grab a hold of the outer edge of the right foot coming into half happy baby. Send the right knee down to the right side of the body and relax the upper body down into the ground. You can keep the left knee bent or you can lengthen the left leg long here also. Release the right leg and draw the right knee in towards the chest. And you can make some ankle circles here with the right foot. We're going to hold here in knee to chest pose, and you can lengthen the left leg to get a little bit deeper. Take an inhale to release and shift onto the left hip and send the right knee over to the left, coming into a spinal twist. You can cactus the right arm or send the right arm out to the right in a T shape. Take an inhale, come back to center. Let's move over to the left leg. Loop the yoga strap around the arch of the left foot. Keep the right foot flat on the ground, the right knee bent. Flex the left toes down towards the face to protect the left knee. And start off with the bent left knee, seeing where the hamstring is. And then as you breathe, you'll start to straighten your left leg. And use your exhalations and see if you can draw the leg closer towards the face. We're going to release here. Come into half happy baby, grabbing a hold of the outer edge of the left foot. Draw the left knee down towards the left shoulder. Inhale to release and draw the left knee in towards the chest and make some ankle rotations here. We're going to hold it in knee to chest pose and lengthen the right leg long if you want to move a little bit deeper. Use your inhalation to release and shift onto your right hip, sending the left knee over to the right for your spinal twist. You can send the left arm out to the left in a T shape or cactus the left arm. Use your inhalation to come back to center flat on the back. Draw both knees in towards the chest. You can take a rock from side to side to massage the spine. And then you're going to place the hands on the back of the thighs and rock and roll back and forth on the spine and come up over the legs. Find your way into tabletop position with the knees stacked under the hips and the wrists right under the shoulders. Spread the fingers wide. We're going to take some cat-cows. Inhale, send your tailbone up and your heart forward, and as you exhale, push into the ground to round the back. Inhale, send the heart forward, shoulders back, tailbone up. Exhale, push into the hands and the shins, belly button towards your spine. Take your time and link your breath and movement through a few more cat-cows. Come back to center. Send the knees back and come to lie flat onto the stomach. We're going to take a shoulder stretch. Send the left arm out into a T. You can stay here, or cactus the left arm. Bring the left cheek down onto the ground, and then roll onto the left side of the body, bending the knees and stacking the legs on one another. Be gentle here as you breathe into the front of the chest and into the left shoulder. Inhale, come flat onto your stomach to release. Let's move over to the right arm. Cactus the right arm, or send the right arm out into a T shape. Use your left hand to push into the ground so that you can roll onto the right side of your body. Bend the knees, stack the legs on top of each other. Draw both shoulders down away from the ears. Release, come back flat onto the stomach, and let's prepare for Sphinx pose. Come onto the forearms and grab a hold of opposite elbows to make sure that the elbows are shoulders distance apart and that the elbows are under the shoulders. Send the fingertips forward, relax the buttocks and the hips, soften your shoulders, tilt the chin down a little bit so the back of the neck is long. Make sure you're not clenching anywhere else in the body. And you can always stay here, or you can start to make half circles with the neck, inviting a neck stretch. Bring the head back to center to release. Push into the hands and come up. Let's prepare for our first wild card restorative pose, our restorative frog. First, you'll grab a blanket and fold it up into a square. Then you'll roll the blanket into a sort of thick, short noodle. Place the blanket so that it runs horizontally across your mat. And then take your bolster or stacked pillows and place it at the opposite end of your mat. This is where your feet will go. You're going to rest your feet on your bolster or your pillows. And then you're going to position your body to lie flat onto your stomach, making sure that the blanket is resting right in front of the pelvis at your hip points. And when you found the right position, you'll bend the left knee forward. The left knee and ankle are aligned. Relax the hips. And then come to lie down on the right cheek. Release the lower back. Release the upper back. Let the props support your body. Let's release our restorative half frog on this side and move to the other side. Rest the left foot on the bolster or your pillows. Bend into the right knee. Make sure the hips are squared and flat on your blanket, and then come to rest down on the left cheek. We're going to inhale. We're going to release, push into the ground. Push the body upright. You can set your blanket off to the side. And bring the big toes to touch. Send the knees out as wide as the mat. Bring the hands forward and push the hips back towards the heels. We're just going to move the spine from side to side before we melt down into child's pose. And then we're going to melt the heart down into child's pose. You can place a block or a blanket under the forehead for more support. Inhale to lift the forehead and the upper body, and just walk your child's pose over to the left, stretching into the right side of the body. Rest your forehead down on the ground or bend the left elbow and rest the forehead on the left hand. Take an inhale to release. Walk the hands through center and stretch over to the right. Take an inhale to release and come back to center. And come to an easy seated pose. Let's take an inhale and sweep the arms up overhead. And exhale, plant the left hand down and stretch the right arm up overhead towards the left. Breathing into the right side of the body, feel the stretch from the underarm all the way to the right hip. Inhale, come through center, plant the right hand down, and stretch the left arm up overhead. Keep the knees and the hips rooted down as you elongate and grow long through the spine and the crown of the head. Inhale, coming up through center, both arms up overhead, and exhale, hinge from the hips for a forward fold over the legs. Send the heart forward, relax the knees and the hips down. Take an inhale to come upright and sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale to find a spinal twist over towards the left. Right hand rests on the left knee, and the left hand is behind the hips. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead as you move through center. Exhale to spinal twist over to the right. Use your inhalation to grow long and tall, and exhale to twist deeper into your spinal twist. Inhale, arms up overhead, and then release. Switch the cross of the legs. Sweep the arms up overhead as you inhale, and then exhale, forward fold, hinging from the hips. Inhale to come upright to release. Let's take our next wild card restorative pose, Mountain Brook. Grab a hold of your blanket and roll it up nice and thick. You're going to set up your blanket horizontally across your yoga mat. This is where your shoulder blades will rest. And then bring your yoga bolster right under the knees or stacked pillows under the knees. Make sure the blanket is resting right on the shoulder blades and that the shoulders and the upper body are resting on the ground. And bring the arms overhead in a cactus shape. Soften the upper back. Soften the hips, the lower back. Let the legs go. Make sure you're not holding any tension in the legs and in the feet. To release this pose, take your time and slowly roll over onto one side and push yourself up to a seated position. Remove your blankets and set it off to the side. Come to lie down flat onto the back and draw both knees in towards the chest. Bring the soles of the feet together and grab a hold onto the outer edges of the feet. Push the knees away from the body. You can always stay here or open up into happy baby pose, bending the knees, drawing the knees down towards the sides of the body. You can stay here or rock from side to side, getting a bit more of a massage on the back. You can always hold it here in happy baby. If you want to move deeper into the hamstrings, you can begin to lengthen out one leg and then switch over and lengthen out the opposite leg. Release the legs down and let's find Shavasana, our final resting pose. You could take it flat on the ground without any props, or you can bring bolsters or pillows under the knees. If the feet feel uncomfortable floating in midair, just place some blocks or blankets under the heels. Place the arms by the sides, palms facing up. Relax your shoulders down and back. Feel the release in your lower back and in the hips. Soften the thighs, the back of the knees, the calves. Soften the muscles of the face, the forehead, the cheeks, and the jaw. Let your whole body go into the ground and into your props. Begin to make some ankle rotations and wiggle the toes and the fingers to release Shavasana. Taking your time, gently roll over onto your side, and then push into the ground to come up to a seated position. Find easy seated pose, and take a pause to check in. Use your next inhalation and sweep the arms out, around, and up. The palms come to touch overhead, and then rest the palms on the forehead as a reminder that you are the master of your Zen. Palms come to rest at the lips as a reminder to communicate our truth with authenticity and kindness. Palms rest at the heart center as a reminder to know thyself and love thyself. Thank you for practicing with me. Peace and ease to you. If you enjoyed this practice and it helped you, please share it with someone that it can help. Subscribe and like the video so that it will circulate. Hit the notification bell also so that you'll be aware of when I post. Until next time.